Dad tried to move in my stepmom's family behind my back, so I kicked them all out. My father, 52, and I, 25F, along with my 3 years old Cocker Spaniel, Moxie, live in my mom's ancestral house that I inherited along with other assets when she died when I was 16 due to cancer. My father got married to his high school sweetheart a few months ago while he was on a trip with his friends. Apparently they've been in contact for almost 2 years now. I was shocked, but it is life, and if he's happy then I'm okay with it. They moved in a week after the small wedding that I wasn't even invited to, since I had no idea that they were even dating or that he was dating. She, my dad's wife that we'll call Steph, 51, came with a baggage, twin stepsisters, 20F, Lizzie and Lexi, fake names, and their 2 chihuahuas, Gucci and Hermes. They go to the state college nearby and thought that it would save them money if they live here instead of paying rent, etc. My dad asked if it was okay, and he also stated that the house is big enough for us, 7 bedrooms, 5 baths, a basement and a huge yard with a pool. To make my dad happy I said yes. Big mistake. First issue was the argument of me moving to a smaller room, since my room has the second biggest closest out of all the rooms in the house. She needed it to store all her luxury bags and clothes, etc. I said no. I told her it's been my room since I can remember and she's not making me move when it's my house. My dad compromised with her that he'll give his side of the closet to her, while his things are in the other room. Second issue, the twins have this habit of barging into people's room without knocking, and that includes my office. Currently working from home due to COVID. Lexi walked in one time wearing a bikini looking for something while I was in the middle of a business meeting. She literally walked behind me where everyone could see her. I was pissed off and embarrassed. Third, their dogs are not potty trained and would leave poops and pee around the house, and the twins wouldn't even clean up after them. They're also very aggressive towards Moxie. I found Moxie one time with a scratch on her left eye where the other 2 dogs would usually nip it when they get the chance. Fourth, all the family photos in the house were removed and put in the attic without my approval. That includes my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my mother's family photo, my baby pictures, etc. I took my time to put them all back to where they belonged. This happened a few times. 2 days ago, Steph did it again, but this time she replaced them with her pictures, the twins, and her family, etc. Steph and I had a heated argument about it. I told her that she can't do anything regarding the decorations, etc. in my house without my approval, and that her daughters should also learn how to knock on doors and have their dogs potty trained. She said that they can whatever they want in her house and that she will be making up house rules that we will all follow, since she thinks I'm such a wild animal doing whatever I want and that I was not raised properly due to having a bad, useless mother. I was livid. That's an understatement. I told her that she can pack her things along with her twins because I'm kicking her out. She said that I have no right to kick them out from her house. I told her, and I quote, "Lady, you are living under my roof. This is my house. I inherited it from my mother, and right now you, your twins, and your dogs are trespassing. Get out before I call the cops." My dad got home early that day after Steph told him what happened. I told him my side of the story. He said that they're still getting used to the house and the move here was difficult for them. I told him about all the issues surrounding them, but he keep insisting that it's going to get better and that to just give them some time. I told him that I've put up with all their shit and I've had enough. Enough is enough. He was defending them more, taking their side. So, I told him that he can either move out with them or stay, and that he has until the end of the week. Did I do the right thing here, making my dad choose between me and his new family? I literally gave them a chance, and I've put up with so much of their shit for the past few months. What she said about my mother was my breaking point. There's no way that she will disrespect her in the house where she grew up in, where I grew up in. Quick update. So, just a quick update. I've read the comments and thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. It does make it seem like I'm a pushover. Well, maybe I am. I just don't like confrontation, arguing, or anything that ends up fighting with someone. I'm just not that type of person. I will be changing the locks around the house as some of you suggested. Unfortunately, the gate in the property is old and rusted and it's been open for who knows how long, so I can't really do much about it right now. Anyway, I called the same lawyer that handled my mom's will to review if there's any loophole or any chance that my dad can contest it. I will be seeing her in a couple of hours. Regarding my dad, he's a good man and he's worked hard to provide for me and my needs when my mom died. He's never asked me to tap on my money to help with the living expenses, etc. He makes a decent amount of money as an engineer, like 6 figures, so I don't think he's after my money. I could be wrong though. I just think that he's blinded that someone still finds him attractive at his age. Also didn't help how it was his high school sweetheart. I've also talked to him about his impromptu wedding and how he kept things from me. He just said that he didn't know how I was going to react if I knew that he was dating the ex-GF before he met and married my mom. I was pissed off, but I got over it since he seemed happy having her around. I don't know what their whole history is or if there's a bad blood between her and my mom to make her lash out like that and disrespect her. Steph and her evil spawns are staying somewhere in town. No idea where, and I don't care or want to find out. They have the money to take care of themselves, and if they run out, they always have their luxury bags to sell. Honestly, who needs so much bag that they require a whole closet just to store them? If anyone's wondering where my relatives are, well, my mom was an only child and grandparents left her everything. When my mom died, I got most of what she inherited. She left some to my dad as well. My grandparents on my dad's side lives about 6 hours away with my uncles and aunts. It's literally just me and my dad here, and Moxie. Moxie is doing well. She's happier and seemed to enjoy the quietness around the house. I will update as soon as I can, but thank you for all the support. Update. Here's the update. I spoke with my mother's previous lawyer, Amy, fake name, about the issue on Saturday and asked if there's a way to contest the will. She showed me the documents and Maya and I both signed an agreement, in summary, that we agree on what was left to us and that we will not be contesting it in the future. Mom for the win. She also advised to give them at least 30 days to find a place and move out to avoid any legal troubles, etc. So, inheritance issue is solved. Saturday night, I was supposed to have dinner with just my dad. Apparently a private discussion between father and daughter is a whole family affair. Steph and twins were there. To make it quick and to end the misery, I stated that I spoke with Amy regarding the house and other legal issues. I also added that they have 30 days to find a place and move out. Steph tried to object, but Dad shut her down by saying that we can fix the issue and that we can all go to family therapy and that we just need time to get to know each other. Cue my eyes rolling. I informed him that it's been months since they moved in and not once did they try to be family unless they need something. I put my foot down. Enough is enough. So, I asked him if he's going with them or staying so I'll know which items he'll be taking. He asked if I'm kicking him out, which I told him I'm not, that he's free to choose to wherever he goes, but I told him that he should not expect me to keep in contact with him if he decides to leave. Steph asked why I'm kicking him out of his house. I told her that I inherited my house from my mother. She said that he told her that I live him. I guess she thought that I live with my dad in his house. Big misunderstanding on their part. Lexi argued that it's going to be hard to move since they're finishing up spring semester and that finals are in a couple of weeks. I just smiled and said to better hurry and find a place. I left after that. Yesterday, Easter Sunday, I invited my boyfriend and his family and my two best friends over to celebrate Easter Sunday. My dad has been calling me and I didn't bother answering the call. He tried to invite me to spend the day with them. As far as I'm concerned, the only family I have right now are my two best friends, my boyfriend and his family. It was a good Sunday. We did some egg hunting and a few games and had a big dinner, which I haven't had in a long time. I felt right. Anyway, right now I'm finishing up on documenting everything that's worth over $500 in the house. I had a few people over to help document them. All locks have been changed. I only gave a copy to my BF. Don't worry about my dad asking him about the key. He doesn't approve of him since he's middle class. I also hired professionals to install a security system around the house and property and I am scheduled to meet with someone regarding the fences and gate. I have not tapped into the fund that my mom left since I started college to help with tuition, dorm, and other expenses, but this is an emergency and it calls for it. All the family pictures, portraits, etc. are currently in a storage. All other valuables that are small are in a safety deposit box. All documents are in a water and fireproof safe that requires a key and pin to open, currently in my room. I'm trying to take all the precautions and advise that you guys wrote on the comment section in my previous post. Thank you for those. So, that's about it for now. Not really sure why Dad is choosing to be with them than me, his own flesh and blood. I'll update this if there's any news or something stupid happens, but I've come to accept that for some unknown or unexplainable reason, they're more important to him than me. It's hard, since he's the only family I have left here, and I'm really not that close with his side of the family. So, once they move out, I am cutting contact with them. He's a grown man and he can decide whatever the fuck he wants to do with his life. Thanks for all the support and well wishes. Now story 2. Girlfriend who abandoned me and our 5-year-old daughter came back after 10 years wanting to reconcile. For some context, 16 years ago, when I met Lucy, she was an amazing girl, intelligent, beautiful, fancy, funny, just the greatest girl I ever met. I felt so lucky when we start dating. And after a year into the relationship, we had a baby. I was living the dream, living with my girlfriend, raising our little daughter, being a happy family. I loved Lucy so much, and after some years, we were finally getting married. Our daughter was the most excited one about the wedding. She was going to be the flowers girl. Everything seemed to be perfect. Until, one day, when I was heading back home, a guy wanted to talk with me. At first I believed he may want to sell me something. Until he mentioned Lucy. Politely, he asked me to talk in a private place. He then asked me to please, stop everything about the wedding and step back, because he and Lucy wanted to be together. I didn't believe him, until he started to tell me a lot of details about her that would be impossible to know. I returned home as fast as I could. I didn't wanted this to be truth, and told her about it. Hopping all was a mistake. But, no, it wasn't. The next hour she told me everything. She has been cheating on me from the last 2 years. She told me about how all the time she said she loved me, that she wanted us to be together and she loved our family, were all lies. How her new man was younger, stronger, handsome and better lover. She said that she didn't want it to be tied to me, how she lost her freedom for being a mother and she didn't want it to be a wife, that she wanted her freedom back. The final stab was when she said she was happy that I finally knew, and now she was able to leave. I cried, begged, humiliate myself and got on my knees, asking for another chance, to try fix our relationship relationship, but she didn't want it. She wanted the thrill and excitement that this new guy make her feel. By the next day, she left us. I felt broken, humiliated, emasculated, but my daughter needed me. She was heartbroken, her mother left, and she believed it was her fault. She heard when Lucy said she didn't want to be a mother anymore. She needed me, and I needed to be strong for her. Fortunately, we had help. My family and Lucy's family supported us in any way possible. Her parents were so ashamed for their daughter's actions that they couldn't look me to the face without apologize for everything she did. I will be in debt with everyone forever for all their help. Fast forward, 10 years later. After lots of time and therapy, my daughter and I are living happy. She is the light of my life. A beautiful 15 years old lady who I love. Our wounds are healed and we have a very good life. But then, she came back. When me and my daughter were getting back home, we found Lucy in front of our apartment, waiting for us, wanting to talk. I recognize her immediately, and I would like to say that I did something cool, like ignoring her, asking her to leave, or at least be hostile with her. But no, I'm an idiot. My heart skipped a beat in the moment I saw her. She still was beautiful as before, but somehow, she looked even better. Maybe the age make her look mature and elegant. Maybe the dress, or the makeup, I don't know. But I let her in, while our daughter gave us some space and went to her room. She told me everything she did since she left. Basically, she lived with that guy for some years. She said how much she enjoyed it, all the fun she got and how she believed those were the best years of her life, until she noticed that the excitement of that new relationship was fading slowly. In some point, she started to cheat on that guy too. According to her, she wanted to feel alive and excited. Eventually, that relationship ended, and she started dating other guys. Every relationship became shorter than the previous one, until she only had casual hookups. She also said that sometimes, she thanked about us, our family. But she said she was too proud to admit she made a mistake, until last year. She got COVID and it hit her really hard. The point that she believed she would die, and realized how alone she was, how stupid she was, and the mistake she made so long ago. After all of that, she said she regretted everything she did and said, and now she was ready to marry me, and be the family we always meant to be. When she was done, I asked her to leave, to give me some time to think. She accepted, saying she would be back the next day. For years I dreamed about her coming back, and now it was happening. But it just felt wrong. Since then, she visited almost daily, wanting to talk about the best years of our relationship, and how we could be a happy family again. I asked for help. To my family, to my friends. Most of them said I would be making the worst mistake of my life if I take her back. Others said that I could give her a chance. It took me a lot to heal, and some more time to start making new relationships, and I would be risking everything. One night, my daughter and I had a deep conversation about all this. I always try to involve her in every part of our life, and this issue concerned her too, because as her mother, sometimes she surprised me being so wise and mature, because she told me, can you really love someone that hurted us so much? And that was everything I needed. I would never forgive myself if I let her hurt my daughter again. And I said that to Lucy. If she want to be around, or have a relationship with our daughter, I'm okay with it, only if my daughter want it. But I told her we are not getting back. Lucy only said that she would make me fall in love with her again, and that she would not give up. Update, I didn't expect so many answer, so, thanks to everyone for your answers and advices. Thanks to the ones who made me open my eyes and helped me to realize I still having issues with my ex and am not over with her. And overall, to the ones who pointed the risk of hurting my daughter that is letting her back in our lives. I can recognize my weakness, but am not letting her to hurt my baby again. So don't worry, I'm not getting back with her. Since the post, she had been insisting on meeting. She wanted to talk. I decided to have one last talk with her and setting my boundaries. We met in a public place. The talk was long and hard. I wanted her to be honest. I told her the moment I cogged the lie I was leaving. I asked if she was really sorry, or are we her last option? Did she really love us, or are we just a consolation prize? Did she came back for love, or because she was unable to find another man anymore? She was unable to answer any of that. She only said things like, it's not like that, you need to understand me, I'm not like this anymore. She kept insisting on giving her another chance, that we can love each other again, that we could be together. She never even mentioned our daughter in any moment. Only after I pointed it, she started to mention her. When I tried to settle that we were over, she grabbed my hand and, as some of you told me she would do, she tried to seduce me, pulling down her blouse, showing me her cleavage, and saying we can find a room, so I can do whatever I wanted with her, that she wouldn't say no to anything, to compensate me. I didn't recognize that woman. She wasn't the amazing girl I met. She wasn't the mother of my daughter. I didn't know who that woman was, but she wasn't my Lucy. I said her to let me go, that we were over. Neither I or my daughter wanted anything with her, so please, leave us alone. We were living a good life without her. She then went mad, saying I couldn't left her, that it wasn't my choice, that she doesn't have anything else, that I can't take away her daughter. I still don't know why, but that last sentence triggered me. The next are not my exact words, but are close of what I said on that moment. Your daughter? Your daughter? You are not her mother. You only gave birth to her, but you are not her mother. Tell me, where you were when she was sick, where you were when she had fever, when she was scared on the night, when her first teeth fell, when she cried on the nights because she missed her mom, where you were on her first day of school, when she had her first period, when she had her first boyfriend, when her heart broke for the second time, because the first one who broke her heart was her mother. Which dick were you riding when she needed a mom? You have no rig to claim you are her mother, because you never acted like that. She tried to reply, but I saw how she was unable to find the words. I left her. Back at home, she sent me some texts, asking for another meeting, for another chance, that she loves me and she can change, but I'm done. You all were rigged. She doesn't love me or our daughter at all. She only loves herself. Having her on my life would be bad, toxic. I don't need that. I don't need her. My daughter and I are going back to therapy soon. Some of you are rigged. I need to work on myself, be stronger, and get over those feelings for her, because they're not real, just a memory of what I thought she was.